Today, we're diving into the world of Hollywood stars and their struggles with drug addiction, which ruins their love lives, families, and finances. So let's get started. First, let's understand how drug addiction messes with a person's mind. When someone uses drugs like cocaine, heroin, or prescription pills, it disrupts the brain's chemical balance. There's a chemical called dopamine that makes us feel happy and relaxed. Drugs flood the brain with dopamine, giving a temporary high. But this happiness fades quickly, and the brain starts craving drugs to feel that way again. This creates a vicious cycle. Over time, the brain can't function normally without drugs. Addiction takes over decision-making, emotions, and self-control. The person forgets their priorities. Work, family, and relationships fade into the background. The brain's reward system gets hijacked, and all they think about is getting more drugs. This process can completely change someone's personality. A caring, responsible person might become aggressive, selfish, or reckless. This not only harms their health, but destroys every part of their life. Now, let's see how this addiction impacts Hollywood stars. Hollywood has always had a drug problem. It's an industry full of fame, pressure, and money, and these things often push celebrities toward drugs. Cocaine, heroin, prescription pills. These substances ruin their health, careers, and lives. The scandals don't just make headlines. They wreck their love lives, family bonds, and bank accounts. Today, we'll talk about 4 Hollywood stars who faced massive losses due to drug addiction. Let's start with the first story. We begin with Charlie Sheen, famous for starring in 2.5 Men. His drug and alcohol addiction destroyed his life. Charlie was hooked on cocaine and alcohol, and by 2011, his erratic behavior was all over the news. He gave bizarre interviews, talking about winning and Tiger Blood. These scandals got him fired from 2.5 Men, his biggest show, and his career nearly ended. His love life took a hit too. Charlie's marriages, including one with actress Denise Richards, fell apart because his addiction made relationships toxic. His partners couldn't handle his behavior and left. His family relationships suffered as well. His kids grew distant, and his parents publicly expressed grief over his condition. Financially, Charlie was in ruins. Once one of TV's highest-paid actors, he blew his fortune on drugs, legal fees, and a lavish lifestyle. Reports say he had to sell properties to survive a financial crisis. Today, Charlie is trying to recover, but drugs stole his best years and fame. Next up is Macaulay Culkin, the child star who became a superstar as Kevin in Home Alone. But fame at such a young age was too much for him. Macaulay got addicted to heroin and prescription drugs, and in the 2000s, his drug scandals trashed his image. In 2004, he was arrested for drug possession, a huge blow to his career. His public appearances showed him looking weak and unhealthy, worrying fans that he was throwing his life away. His love life suffered too. His relationship with actress Mila Kunis was widely discussed, but his addiction caused it to collapse. Mila later said the breakup was painful. His family ties also crumbled. Legal disputes with his parents and distance from his siblings left him emotionally isolated. Financially, Macaulay hit rock bottom. Once one of Hollywood's richest child actors, he was left with just a few $1,000s after wasting his fortune on drugs and legal battles. Today, Macaulay has recovered and is rebuilding his life, but drugs stole years of opportunities from him. Now, let's talk about Demi Lovato, a talented singer and actor. Demi struggled with cocaine, alcohol, and prescription drug addiction, and in 2018, a near-fatal drug overdose landed them in the hospital for days. This scandal made headlines worldwide, breaking fans' hearts when they learned Demi almost lost their life. Demi has said this was the darkest phase of their addiction. Their love life was wrecked by drugs. Relationships, like the one with Wilmer Valderrama, ended because their addiction was too much for partners to handle. Family relationships were rocky too. Their mom and sister tried hard to support their recovery, but Demi kept relapsing. Financially, Demi faced huge losses when tours and projects were canceled due to their addiction. Refunding concert tickets and a damaged reputation cost them dearly. Today, Demi is working on recovery and inspiring others by sharing their story, but addiction brought them countless challenges. Finally, we come to Amy Winehouse, a singer whose voice captivated the world. But her drug addiction took her life far too soon. Amy was addicted to heroin, cocaine, and alcohol, And her struggles were even reflected in her iconic song Rehab, where she famously refused treatment. Her scandals, showing her intoxicated in public, were tabloid staples. Many of her live performances were canceled because she couldn't perform. These incidents badly hurt her reputation. Her love life was destroyed by drugs. Her relationship with Blake Fielder-Civil was toxic, with both fueling each other's drug use, becoming her life's biggest scandal. Her family relationships deteriorated too. Her parents spoke out against her addiction, but Amy didn't listen. Her father once said in an interview that he couldn't save her, which broke his heart. Financially, canceled concerts meant her earnings dried up, and much of her money went to drugs. In 2011, at just 27, Amy died of alcohol poisoning, a result of her drug and alcohol abuse. Her death showed that addiction spares no one, no matter how talented. Now, let's look at how drug addiction ruins these celebrities' lives in 3 key areas: love life, family, and finances. First, love life. Addiction destroys trust and love in relationships. Charlie Sheen's toxic partnerships, Amy Winehouse's destructive affair, and Demi Lovato's failed romances show how addiction makes it impossible for partners to cope, leading to breakups. Second, family. Addiction tears apart family bonds. Macaulay Culkin's disputes with his parents, Demi Lovato's emotional struggles, and Amy Winehouse's family's pain prove that addiction doesn't just hurt the addict. It affects the whole family, creating distance with parents, siblings, or kids. Third, finances. Addiction is incredibly expensive. Charlie Sheen lost his wealth to drugs and legal fees. Macaulay Culkin's millions vanished, and Amy Winehouse's canceled shows ended her earnings. Celebrities lose homes, cars, and savings, often facing financial ruin. These 3 aspects create a trap that's hard to escape, no matter how big a star you are. Addiction doesn't just kill careers, it wipes out emotional and financial stability. So, friends, that was the story of 4 Hollywood stars who saw their love lives, families, and finances destroyed by drug addiction. But stories like Demi Lovato's and Macaulay Culkin's give us hope that recovery is possible. What do you think? Do these scandals teach us to stay away from drugs? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next videos. See you in the next one. Until then, take care.